I'm the MCMNG.
And I'm Master Shenlo.
Coming to you live from the house.
With another tale from the deep.
Yeah. Y'all know what it be. We're here joining with our guest.
Johann. My name's Johann.
Johann.
Yeah.
You're almost like Gohan, but
Yes,
with the
sir.
J.
I had a lady once tell me that it meant midnight snack. To this day, I'm like, she might have been hitting on me.
I really think, no, she probably was.
Some old lady.
Bro, it's usually the older ones that throw the hard passes
saying,
like that. They throw the hard passes. Like, yeah.
You know that means midnight snack. And I'm like, interesting. And then everyone else I tell, because she was like, that's what it meant in Japanese. And I'm like, I go ask people, and they're like, I don't think it means that. Makes sense.
Oh, man.
He's like, damn, I missed that opportunity.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's like, fuck, oh well.
Many missed opportunities.
Yeah, man,
Well,
we don't need no more of those.
Right?
Tell us about the ones you didn't miss, Johan.
Oh, good Lord.
Right?
Right. There's not enough time.
Yeah, we only have 53 minutes.
Right? Oh,
53 on the dot.
I'm trying to. I don't think there's no good stories there with that one. I mean, so how are you guys doing this morning?
Oh, shit, man, we're doing great.
Living the dream.
Yeah, man, I freaking woke up at like 9. Was kind of irritated, though. I had to find my phone charger, which was nowhere to be found.
That can be irritating.
Yeah, that's like a day ruiner sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't even know where it is.
Especially when you got to do shit, you know?
Right.
Because we had to do this podcast. I was like, fuck, man. I don't even know what time it is. Like,
Right.
I'm like, oh, shit. Where's my phone? My charger?
Right.
I don't even remember going to bed. All of a sudden, I was in my bed. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh man!
Last thing I remember, I was smoking a blunt, bro. I was just like, what?
Oh, man. It's like the days you wake up and you think you put your phone on the charger and it's like 1% as the phone, your alarm's going off as your phone's dying and you're like, no, this is not good. This is like, my phone needs to be charged. It's
Right?
It's a day ruiner, man.
Or like, it'd be like that for me when I used to do Instacart, and I'd go do Instacart that day, and my phone's freaking at like 10%. I can't even get one order done because you got to sit on the phone the whole time in the store for like 50 minutes, and it takes up so much of your battery that shit dies right away.
Jeez.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, so
I bet that gets interesting.
Instacart's not my thing. DoorDash, where's that?
DoorDash.
It doesn't take as much phone life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that works. How you're like, I'm choosing the app based off which one takes more battery life.
For real. Because, like, I didn't mind, like, and also I don't like shopping for people. You sit in the store for like 30, 40 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Instacart, you go pick the shit up, drop it off. You're 3 different places in 40 minutes.
Right.
Or DoorDash, I mean.
Other way around.
Did I say that? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
Whichever one.
You know what I meant.
Right, exactly.
But yeah. I found DoorDash is a lot quicker and easier to make money off of.
Nice.
They're
More
pretty much the same. They don't
stuff.
tax you, so.
I've never used DoorDash. My thing was Uber Eats, but I haven't used that in like 2 weeks now. I was on that. It's expensive though, man. Like you use that stuff and it's like, shoot, man.
It takes a lot of gas and shit.
Shit, if you had a car, man, it'd be that's what I've realized, you know? Like if you can get it yourself, you know, if you can get there, like it's like you know what I mean? It's just so much cheaper.
Right.
I know, man.
Like, really?
being blind as a bat, I can't drive.
Oh, no
so
doubt,
like
yeah.
not being able to drive, it's everything's expensive.
I see.
So like and it's funny because you'll be like, hey man, I'll throw you $10. And people are like, $10? And it's like, well, it would cost me $15. You know, like $10 is a deal. So, or like, hey man, let's go to McDonald's. I'll pick you up a meal. Like what? Like that's because Uber Eats is going to charge you 3 times. So, a double cheeseburger's like $7, and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, convenience is definitely a thing, though.
Some people do need it for sure.
Yeah.
Why do so many people not? There's so many people that don't drive. Like, I don't get that, because someone who can't drive.
Yeah.
With people who don't drive, why do people choose not to drive?
You know, I think mainly, I don't know. In my head, I kind of see it mainly as, you know, if I had an alternative that was equal, like if I had maybe a solar car, right. You know, because, you know, I don't want to put this carbon footprint, but I think, you know, that might be definitely a determining factor for a lot of people, you know, just the amount of pollution that it puts out, just one car, and, you know, multiply that by millions of people, you know, it's a reality.
Right.
But, yeah. I don't know.
Crazy thing on that, right? And I'll say this statistic would not be 100% fact, but it's close. There are lawnmowers, running a lawnmower for an hour is equal to driving your car for like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
So people who are worried about that are out mowing their lawns, you know, using the 2-stroke weed whacker, burning up their oil, you know, like...
Yeah.
So, and that stuff's way worse than driving their car.
That's real.
Do you think there's hypocrisy with that then? Like, I think there might be hypocrisy with that. People need to... I don't know. I think that people need to reprioritize some of that stuff. Like, look at the lawnmower thing, right? That's definitely a quick example of a lot of people in this country who are like, oh, I want to lower my carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Go get a 1900s lawnmower from freaking 1905.
Yeah. Just get the one that rolls.
Right?
No,
for real.
It's real, you know, and that there are. Yeah. I mean,
I never thought about that, actually.
It's all part of it.
Thinking about the appliances we have and stuff like that put out the carbon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Just imagine a microwave.
Yeah, that shit's deadly for you. You should not be standing in front of that microwave, bro.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If I had an alternative, you know, if there were alternatives.
Right.
It's
like, speaking of the microwave thing, right, another crazy thing, like the TVs. The old school TVs, you know, the glass on there is so thick because of the radiation. That's to stop radiation. That's why that glass is so thick.
You should just bust that open and breathe that shit in.
Just imagine how much radiation that is. Crazy talk.
Yeah, man. Imagine what that does to your body.
Yeah, there's a reason that my generation's the first generation to be less of a, you know, like our what would it be, life expectancy going down. Right? So for the first time in the history of probably humans, the life expectancy is going down now. Right? Which is, you can't say that that's probably not part of it. Then food. Yeah,
and...
You know, food would be the next thing, which ties in with the microwave. So, chewing tobacco, like what I got in my mouth right now. But tobacco's always been around, right? So, you gotta look at the things that haven't been around. Tobacco's been around for how long?
Yeah. Ages.
Long-ass time. Life expectancy continued to go up. What hadn't been up? Chemicals in the food. You know... Like, if you really get into that, the chemicals in the food have messed up a lot of things. That's
the
all
water.
Post World War II things. So people always like the Monsanto and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, these companies aren't that bad. You're like, well, they produced gas that killed people.
Yeah.
But now they're producing food, and, you know, they're not that bad now. You're like it's the same chemicals, just way less of it. They're like, I wonder, you know, this killed people. It'll probably kill weeds. Ooh, let's see how much this takes to kill weeds. Probably way less. Probably the same stuff, just bottled differently, and it caused cancer, caused a lot of stuff. I'm sure. I won't say that it's caused cancer, but you know, those farming practices and that kind of stuff. All those chemicals can't be good for you. And then it gets added to the food. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's a vicious cycle.
Right?
It's sad what, you know, the almighty dollar has led to, really.
Right?
For real. Capitalism.
Yeah.
Well, think about the gluten intolerance, too. Do you think it's a gluten intolerance, or do you think it's a weed killer intolerance? I mean, there's real gluten intolerance out there, and I don't want to take that away from people,
Yeah,
right? Because there are celiacs, and there are real gluten issues. But all of a sudden, a large percentage of the population all of a sudden comes up with gluten intolerance. And that hasn't been a problem for thousands of years since the people have been eating seeds. You know, since the first person was like, oh, there's a grass seed. Oh, you know, that's not bad. Since we started you know, like it hasn't been a problem, and now all of a sudden it's like this huge problem. And you're like, oh, it's the gluten.
Huh. Yeah.
You're like, probably not the gluten, man.
That's food for thought. Shit.
Yeah, man.
That's...
You know, they say they're making up a lot of this, the vaccination numbers and shit like that.
See, I won't go with that one. Like, so it's like, I get it.
Yeah. And
I won't judge anyone who's anti-vaxxering and you know, like, doesn't want to get vaccinated for, you know, COVID or any of the stuff. Like, I'm not here to judge. But in my mind, that is one thing that's probably pretty safe, I would say. You're talking about a vaccine that they're giving the whole planet. So,
I'm not that trustworthy of any person,
right? Oh,
for
I don't
that
blame
fact.
you.
So
I don't blame you.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so
you could go into real things. So, like the United States government shot people with syphilis, right? Like that's real life, 100% real life.
Yeah,
that happened. You can look that up. You can ask people. That's facts. So the government has shot people with stuff that isn't, you know, good for you.
Yeah.
But do I think that they would do it with the vaccine? No, I don't think so. 100%.
Shit, anything's possible. Fucking meteor drop out of the sky and kill us right now.
Yeah. Did you see that I think it was a senator on the East Coast wound up with he was vaccinated and he just got COVID. So you know, back to the vaccine and whether it works and stuff like that. I mean, it works, I think. But.
So I believe in vaccines as well, but I think the thing is, like, you know, everybody's biology is different. You know, all of our DNA is different.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, there's going to be people who have adverse reactions to certain things. And, you know, yeah. But I don't know. I've always gotten my flu shots and stuff, and I don't know. I've never had an issue with it personally. Yeah. I mean, it's kept me from getting sicker, I feel. I mean,
I've never gotten my flu shots. I'm not gonna lie. So flu shots is one thing. I don't remember my last flu shot. Probably when I was like 5. I don't know. I haven't had a flu shot in decades. So, but. I got my vaccine because I wanted to be a good boy and just stop wearing the mask. And then they're like, no, you still have to wear that mask. And I'm like, ooh, that stings. That stings. Like, you're telling me I went and got this shot in my arm. And I mean, now they're like, oh, here's another $75 for it. 50. But, yeah, so I got paid for it, but still having to wear the mask, man. The mask's one thing. Oh man,
yeah,
I'm not on board with the.
I'm not with the mask, man.
Tell us, Johann. Elaborate.
I don't think it's good for you, man. I don't think it's good for communication skills. I don't think it's good for your lungs. I don't think it's good for a lot of things. That being said. It's good for preventing particulates from entering your lungs. So, yes, does it prevent people from transmitting illnesses? Yes, it does. But do I like wearing my mask? Absolutely hate it. Would I wear it? No. I guess the other cold reality would be that the virus, it's not necessary. I haven't seen someone struggle from it. Right? So, I think that my mind might change if I saw someone struggle from it.
Yeah.
And I would probably be more willing to wear my mask more often. So.
See, that's my kind of thinking around it, and I just think that way. But, I mean, no, and especially in our work, you know, at nights too, dude, running around with that fucking thing, it is suffocating. You know, or if you're trying to pull a fucking pallet, you know.
Try throwing a truck when it's 100 degrees out, my man.
Yeah.
Places, like, all these retail places, the people who unload those trucks, not just retail, but I'm talking the whole country needs to learn how hard that is. Okay, that is not an easy job. If you're gonna bring up working masks, unloading 3,000 cases of freight in 2 hours, whew.
Yeah, that's what made me mad about it. Just that fact. You know, the fact that I have to go back to suffocating, which I understand it may save lives, but I still have the right to get mad about it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. Yes. There it is. I'm going to put this mask on, but I have the right to be pissed off. I'm doing this because it saves lives, but damn, I'm going to be pissed off about it. That's the best way to say that. I am going to be pissed off about it.
Yeah.
At least it's starting to get a little chillier now. So we're gonna.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but man, I'm telling you, the fog is a real problem when you're when you're blind as a bat to start, and you got to read stuff with the fog coming up, shooting up your glasses. You're like,
oh yeah, definitely.
That shit sucks. Yeah,
read the UPCs.
That shit's the worst.
Read the UPCs. You know, like, God.
Especially if you're in like a cooler.
Yeah, and then the people without glasses, just get some of that anti-fog cleaner. Bitch, I have it on there.
Don't worry,
yeah,
bitch.
like, you think this shit, you think it's a game.
Use some dish soap.
You know, they make glasses that aren't prescription. Let me go get you a pair. See how you like the fog.
Yeah, man.
Goodness gracious, man.
That's real.
I remember, because, like I said, I used to do judo, right? And, I saw a picture of a person who practiced in a mask. I'm like, damn, you're killing yourself. How are you doing that? You're talking a sport that, I don't know, most people have not worked that hard in their life. When it comes to wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu, jiu-jitsu's kind of chill. There's jiu-jitsu gyms out there that are pretty chill, so not all of them have worked as hard as some. But and that goes for judo too, and even wrestling, all those sports. But in general, those sports, not many people have ever worked that hard. I forgot where I was going with this.
The mask.
The mask.
The guy was doing judo with the mask.
Oh yeah, and like to see that, like you're like, what the hell? That's a sport that you're practicing 1,000 calories an hour. 1,000 calories an hour. You burn 2,000 calories a day. Okay? Judo, 1,000 calories an hour. Wrestling, 1,000 calories an hour.
You eat that much?
Oh, when you funny story, right? Because like back to the judo, and I used to be training for the Paralympics. You know, I won't say that I trained as hard as I should have, but there were times where I was training very heavily. You know, like 4 or 5 hours a day. You're waking up, and because I can't drive, you're on public transportation for a while, doing 2-hour practice in the morning, 2-hour practice at night. You know, that kind of thing. You eat. If you do not have to maintain weight, you eat or you lose weight. I have lost and gained so much weight. I think the most weight I've lost in a practice is 8 pounds. So, like, the most weight I've lost in 6 days is, oh God, just over 30 pounds.
Jeez.
And I mean, that's starting at, so I came in fat and happy. It's called fat and happy, right? When you're fat and happy, you just come in. Ain't nobody cranky when they're fat. Okay? Ain't nobody, I don't care. You might be depressed, you might be sad, but you're not fucking cranky. Okay? Because you're fat and happy. But, in those terms, in like sports where you're cutting weight, I came in fat and happy one week off football. It was, football season has just ended. Wrestling season comes in, and I was 305 pounds, and the cap was 275. And I had 2 weeks. Okay? I'm lazy as fuck. Alright, I had 2 weeks. I didn't lose a single fucking pound that first week. Not a pound. I was fat and happy. I was eating. And then I had to lose 30 pounds that next week. Woo! That was 6 days. I'm sitting there. I was freezing my water, so I'd have a couple, like a bottle of water like this. And I would freeze it so I didn't drink too fast. Right? Because otherwise, you're dehydrating yourself. You are doing things to your body you should not do. Right? And one of those would be, sometimes limiting water. And so you don't want to chug it, so I'd freeze it. But if you don't care about your weight, yeah, you're eating calories. I went down to Brazil for a tournament once, and training camp in 2016. It was actually really cool because they'd done the Olympic Village and stuff down there, and it was kind of cool. I got to go visit that stuff, and it was cool. And I had gained 14 pounds over that trip because that's unlimited food, right? Like you're there, you got a buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, and this buffet was not a normal buffet. It was like my buffet. You ever just go to a restaurant and you're like, that's my food. You're like, that's my food. I could eat there every day. That was this food. They're like, for breakfast, they're serving fucking grilled chicken breasts and steak and shit. And I'm like, rice and beans and, oh my God, Brazilian food. You want to get, Brazilian food. 14 pounds, 4 days. And that was with 4 hours of training a day in tropical heat. Okay, I'm in there. It's summer down there. It was in March. So southern hemisphere, that's summer. I guess that's just before fall, I think. I don't know. I'm probably doing that all wrong, but whatever. It's hot as balls, okay? And you're freaking... It was bad. But I still put on 14 pounds. That's how much food you can eat.
Yeah.
And then people who do training for other things that have high intensity, like swimmers and stuff, like those people eat. There's stories of Michael Phelps eating 20,000 calories a day or stupid stuff like that.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, you're not talking like normal. That was me in Brazil. That was me in Brazil.
He said,
Michael Phelps' diet for his whole training process, I ate like that for a week. I gained 14 pounds. That's how many calories he burned.
Jeez. Huh.
That swimming's another high intensity, high calorie burning. That, I don't know. Swimming's a fun sport. Most people think of that. That's a fun topic is having fun with sports versus competing in sports. Most people have fun, so they don't understand the competing. So people will be like, oh, I competed in high school swimming. I can relate to Michael Phelps. No, bitch. No, bitch, you cannot. Nope, not the same thing. You guys aren't on the same level. You never were. You're never even close. The second Michael Phelps jumped in the water, he was a better swimmer than you. Not even the same thing. So, the normal person would not have to eat that many calories. Right? So, that it's so funny. I used to coach high school sports, and you get kids that are like, oh, I'm going to be the next Ray Lewis. And it's like, no, you're not. But then they'll eat like that. You're you could be a successful football player. You could be a state champion, but being a Ray Lewis is a different story, right? So you're not crushing a kid's dreams by telling them you're not going to be Ray Lewis, right? I'd never tell a kid he can't be a state champion. Never tell a kid he can't go to college or be successful in a sport. But being a Ray Lewis is a different story. And sometimes you get kids that are so serious about it. They're eating so much, and you're like, you're going to get fat. You don't burn that many calories. You know how hard a Ray Lewis works? People don't get that. like when it comes to sports, having fun versus competing at a high level. People like Ray Lewis, people are like, oh, he gets paid 8 hours a day, or to work out that much money. He's going to die early. How much money is that worth? When you think about NFL players getting paid, think about, is it worth dying early? That's what they're getting paid for. They're getting paid for that. They're getting paid for their brain trauma. They're getting paid for a lot of things. They get paid what they earn.
Yeah, I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, they get paid to get beat up. Same with like UFC and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like back to that training, Ray Lewis, 8 hours a day working. Go work out with Ray Lewis for 20 minutes. I don't know how old Ray Lewis is right now. How old do you think he is?
I don't even
64.
know. Yeah.
50, 60. Someone pull out a phone, Google this. Ray Lewis, I guarantee Ray Lewis right now will put you on your ass in 10 minutes. Working out. Just working out. He doesn't have to touch you. Yeah, he doesn't have to touch you. He doesn't have to do anything. He has to get on a fucking treadmill.
Oh, I didn't.
And walk for 10 minutes. He probably walks faster
46.
than you can sprint. 46?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not that old. He would he would work you over fucking 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
30 seconds. You wouldn't even last.
I'm sorry. 30 seconds. I did 5 minutes. Yeah, right. He's
yeah,
in a
right.
fucking wheelchair wheeling faster. He's a competitor.
Yeah,
those people get paid trust me, they get paid. Like I said, I did judo, and there are people that did, my coach, but I had a couple good coaches, but they're crazy. They are fucking crazy. They literally, oh my God, they do this stuff for fun. They don't even get paid. They're not even Ray Lewis. And my coach, these are gold medal Paralympians. Crazy. They are crazy. They do what Ray Lewis did and got paid nothing.
Jeez.
They had to pay. They were crazy. The Olympians are crazy people. The Olympics just happened. Olympians, Paralympians, crazy people. Like putting a body on the line for nothing. You are paying to hurt yourself. But that's the level of your brain, like your competitive nature.
Yeah.
The brain of a competitor doesn't work the same, just like their body doesn't. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I tend to notice patterns. And I mean, like, yeah. If you're going to... Sorry, I don't forget where I was going with that. But, yeah. Competition. It's
weird because at work, like, because I'm a competitor, that's another thing that gets not a good thing always. Because I take my level of competition and I want to, that's like my life. So, like, that's another thing with competitors. That's such a mindset. But then the older you get, the more you're out of sports, the more you realize, like, how people don't compete like this. You're like, I'm kind of weird. I'm sitting there competing with myself. Like, like if it's stocking shelves, it's like, like, oh, I stocked at 45 seconds a case yesterday.
Bro, I'd be doing shit like that too. Yeah. I'm always doing shit like that, trying to better myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, about to roll this blunt.
Yeah.
From start to finish, break down the weed in under 3 minutes.
Well, no, that's the right mindset. Who cares what the fuck it is? Rolling a blunt, stocking a shelf, being an Olympic champion.
Oh, for real,
Who can't be better at what you're doing every fucking day?
I'm trying to bring the best out of myself. That's how I see it.
That's the key to life is being better every day, learning something every day. I was telling Isaac on the way here, I'm like, knowledge that's the one thing my grandpa, like, knowledge is the one thing people can't take from you. So learn everything you can.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I think we do this, man, so we can spread that knowledge. Because, you know what, we just take it with us to our graves.
Right.
What good is that? Wasted knowledge.
Just had it
away, just rotting away. Wasted.
And there's a lot of knowledge out there, man. Yeah. You'll never learn. The more you learn, the more you realize you're ignorant. Like every second of the day, you're more ignorant. You're like,
you just don't know shit. Yeah, I don't know more than I did before.
The other day, working in retail, you wind up getting some customers, man. Like, and it's cool. You talk to people from all walks of earth. You meet people from the lowest of the low to the highest of the high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've probably helped murderers find stuff. You know what I mean? I've helped multimillionaires. You know what I mean? Like, you literally every walk of earth. But where was I going with this one, man? I'm tired. I forget where I was
weird
going
horn. That weird horn threw you off, I think.
Right? Yeah, it did. The horn definitely did. I was just chilling.
It's fucking noisy outside,
like,
man.
What the fuck kind of horn was that?
Jeez.
Like
construction day.
Right? What is this, man?
Parade combustion.
Denver, that's what it is, man. Your road.
It's Colfax.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Are we that close to Colfax?
Yeah, we're just like right off Colfax.
That's our main street.
Hey, you know what? Okay, here's the deal. So, being from, like, out of state, I'm from Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Like, Colfax, there's a Colfax in Minnesota. It's called Lake Street.
Okay.
So,
Lake
like,
Street.
and I always made this comparison. It's a Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Denver, very similar places.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, like, if I dropped you in downtown Minneapolis, you would feel like you were in Denver. You guys, like, minus the air and that kind, you know, like the temperature, but the feeling, the buildings, like, there's no huge skyscrapers, you know, all the buildings are, you know, you might have one that's like 65 stories kind of thing. Like, it's nothing crazy. You guys have the 16th Street Mall. Minnesota has Nicollet Mall, same kind of thing. You know, you got shopping, and they close the road down, and they have, you know, bus, that kind of stuff. Huh. So, super similar places.
Interesting.
Right, check it out.
So Minnesota's colder, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. It's like freezing.
So, I went to college in Bemidji, Minnesota. Right? And that's an hour south of Canada. Okay. So you're up north. Like, right? Yeah. You are up north. And it gets so cold. I knew it was cold out. Well, some days I just wouldn't go. Half the days I would not go to class. But some days when I was feeling it, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to class today. And I'd have a bottle of water. And I knew it was cold with that bottle of water. And the walk is not far. This is a small campus, small school. 5,000 kids. And beautiful campus. But I knew it was cold when the bottle would freeze. The water, not all the way, but it would get ice on it. The whole bottle would have ice around it by the time I get to class. 10-minute walk.
Wow. That's crazy.
It gets so cold up there, you could take a pot of boiling water, you throw it in the air, and it evaporates.
Wow.
Disappear. And now the funny thing is people, y'all in the rest of the country, I don't know who's going to watch this, anyone, I don't care. People who watch this, if you think it's fucking cold wherever you are, and you can take a pot of boiling water and throw it in the air and it's going to evaporate, you're going to be one of those idiots on the internet that's with scalding burns on your face. It does not get that cold or dry most anywhere in the fucking, like, it doesn't get like that. You're not going to be in Missouri fucking doing that, ever. Not in my lifetime.
Disclaimer?
Yeah, so don't try that shit. Don't try that.
Don't try that shit.
So people also think like they're like, oh yeah, there's tons of snow and blah blah blah. It's a desert in Minnesota. In January, it's desertous, so it's dry as hell. It is dry, 0% humidity. So it's a combination of it being that fucking cold and that dry that does that. It's not just like, oh, it's cold out. It's like, oh, it's 20 below out. There's no moisture in the air. There's science involved. You know, so like people don't just take a pot of boiling water and throw it in the air.
Yeah. I would hate to hear stories. I'm sure there are already some out there.
Well, there was. I think it was like 2 years ago. There was like people. Yeah, it was stupid. There were people doing that. Like, and it's like, no, it's not that cold where you are, man. It's not that cold. It's not that dry. Like, don't do it. So
don't do it.
But I'm telling you, man, people, and right now it's no lie. People in Denver, y'all don't travel. Okay, y'all stay in Denver, which is cool. Like, it's whatever. Denver's not a bad place. You guys got a lot of cool people. People from California, you need to stay in California, though. Alright? So, stop buying houses cash for $500,000, okay? That's not how things are done in the rest of the country. Y'all are ruining economies and stuff. But I guess that's another 10-minute freaking rant there. Yeah, but people from Denver need to start traveling to Minneapolis, St. Paul. You can get their round trip, $150 Delta. Yeah. Okay, you're not even talking. I'm not going budget, Spirit, or Frontier. Shout out to Frontier. I guess they have a hub here. It's not a bad. These aren't bad airlines, but like Delta's doing it cheap right now, and they supply. It's luxury on Delta, man. You got your little TV screen and shit. You know, plug in your headphones, watch a free movie. Hour, 52-minute flight, $150.
Huh.
People say you can't travel, and it's like, bitch, it costs you more to go downtown. Like, you're like, oh, I can't go to Vegas, blah, blah, blah. Have you looked at how cheap a hotel in Vegas is? Probably not. Have you checked what a price of a flight is? Probably not. Because you lazy people work 1 day of overtime. Go to Vegas. And that's the fucking math.
Yeah.
Okay, that is like 100% the math. Work a fucking full day of overtime. Go to Vegas.
Yeah, Brad was showing me some stuff, and I was like, wow. Because he was, just showing me some offers or, stuff that he has.
Oh, hell yeah,
coupons.
Travel. That's one thing, right? Because I'm going blind. I got an eye disease. It's whatever. I've had the luxury to travel, but it's a luxury, but it's not. Get a fucking job. Like, you get in arguments about whatever, politics and pay and all that kind of stuff. What are you paying people right now? Stock a shelf at Walmart. What's the starting pay right now? You walk into Walmart, what is it? It's $18.50?
Overnight, yeah.
Yeah. $37,000 a year to open a case and put it on a shelf every minute. And people don't even perform at that. You know that. It's $40,000 a year to open cases and put it on the shelf. And you can't hire people. People are lazy. I don't know. People need to travel so they stop being lazy. Go see the country. You'll stop being lazy. Like, you will get a job. I promise you. Like, if you open your eyes and go travel somewhere, you'll want to get a job and work because of it's a beautiful place. But $200 to get you Minneapolis, St. Paul, Vegas. Go get a fucking cheeseburger. People in Denver, go get a cheeseburger in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And some cheese curds, too. And a bratwurst. Right. And people from Minneapolis, St. Paul, come to Denver, eat some fucking green chili, and get a carne asada taco.
A carne asada taco, you say?
You guys are from Denver. What's the other good food, man? Like, y'all's food sucks.
Y'all's food sucks. He said, "Damn."
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm throwing it out there. Y'all's food sucks.
Oh, you ever been to Cosmos? You like pizza?
Yeah, I've been. I've tried. I'm on a quest.
Have you gone to Cosmos?
No, thank you. That's the first fucking recommendation. I've asked people for fucking like 2 weeks. Where's good pizza? I don't know. I'm like, I've tried a bunch. Okay, I am not someone to judge you guys' food and not try a bunch of places. I've found a couple places. But I've tried probably 15 different pizza places. Cosmos. What kind of pizza?
I mean, whatever kind of pizza you want. They have different, they do about slice.
Okay, man, I'm a pizza nerd. Okay, here, Detroit style, St. Louis style, New York
I guess
style,
New York, because they're
Chicago
really
style.
Big pieces. So yeah, I said New York probably.
New York,
because they're thin,
so it's
but really
thin.
Big.
So When you pick it up, is triangle cut?
Yep.
Okay, so when you pick it up, it flops?
Yep.
All right? Does it have... Never mind. So, is the cheese good?
I'd say so.
Can you chew it, or does it fall apart?
So I usually get mine a little crispy.
You can get it crispy?
Yeah.
You can get the shit overcooked?
Yeah.
Like, you can get it and they'll brown the cheese for you a little bit?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's talking dirty.
Yeah, it's ask them. You know?
Ooh. That sounds good.
Yeah, man, it's delicious.
But that's a real thing, though, the cheese, man. Like, I feel like some of these mainstream pizza places, you bite in the cheese, you can't chew it. It dissolves.
Yeah.
Like, it's got so much fat, like, I don't know. Or something. It doesn't have fat. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
There's something not there.
Something not there, okay? But you get the high-end pizza, and you can chew the cheese. Right? Like, it's got that, like, chewy, real salty grease kind of flavor to it. I don't know. That's why I'm saying y'all need to go get cheese curds. Okay? That's a real thing.
Cheese curds.
There's places
here
that
just
have...
deep-fried cheese?
It's deep-fried cheese curds. Come on now, man. Dude, Denver, oh, man.
So Denver, man.
Do we pass an A&W? You give me a ride home, we'll stop at an A&W, get you some cheese curds.
Oh, yeah.
You're not lactose, are you?
No.
All right, good. Because those fucking things are life-changing. There's some foods that y'all don't have here, okay? That's all I'm saying. What's some good food that you guys do good here besides green chili, man? Like, what is it? I'll go off the chain in Minnesota. I'll start talking while you guys start thinking, man. We have Juicy Lucy's up in Minnesota. Y'all don't have that out here. It's life-changing. Y'all need a place.
Juicy Lucy.
Okay, it's a fucking stuffed cheeseburger. All right, and sometimes you see the ad on the deep frying thing, okay, and they're like, this cheese-filled cheeseburger, and they act all excited. It's like, bitch, that's been around. That's nothing new. Been doing that since I was born. Okay, but it is a stuffed cheeseburger. All right, you take, you have to kind of, it's an art form. It is not easy. You're going to fail, okay? But a Juicy Lucy, you take some hamburger, you make 2 patties, kind of make them a little thin. You put whatever you want. This is the great part, right? Not just cheese. You can throw whatever, bacon bits, fucking cheese. You want some buffalo wings in there? Throw some fucking buffalo wings in your cheeseburger, all right? It might sound stupid, but it's fantastic. Or make a freaking, like, a queso burger. Throw some queso in the bitch. Some taco beef. Whatever it is. I don't care. Put it in the middle of the cheeseburger. Seal that sumbitch up and fry it up. All right? And then, when it's fried up, do not bite into that bitch. All right? This is a knowledge. Do not bite. In fact, what you do is you take a little nibble. You let the burger pop out a little bit, right? And you take a little nibble until you get that pocket of cheese, and then you let it steam out. All right? Otherwise, you will burn your face off. All right? So everyone from Colorado, everyone from Denver, take your $120 round-trip ticket that I just told you about because it's worth it. All right? This burger's worth every penny I'm telling you about. And you go and you fly your ass to Minneapolis, St. Paul. You hop on, if you're on a struggle, I guarantee it's Minneapolis, St. Paul. You probably find someone to drive you there free. All right, that's how nice people are there. That people are friendly. All right, you'll find someone to drive you there for free. I guarantee you, if you go outside the 5-8 or I've got what's the other place? I'm forgetting it, but there's another place that's famous. Just Google Juicy Lucy Minneapolis, St. Matt's. That's the name of it. Matt's Bar and Grill or the 5-8. And I guarantee someone will buy you a Juicy Lucy. All right? That the transportation, all you have to do is buy yourself a plane ticket and everything else will be free. Just ask the people in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Tell them you've never had a Juicy Lucy. You've never had cheese curds. Someone will buy you that shit. Promise you. Within 20 people. That's how nice people are in Minneapolis, St. Paul. You stand on the corner of a restaurant. Hey, I know I'm fat, but I've never had a fucking Juicy Lucy. Can I please have one? Yes. Someone will be like, you've never had that shit? Let me show you something.
Well,
So you got some. Give me something. Give me some food.
This better be a cannoli. At Lechuga's.
I don't know what you just said.
A cannoli.
I mean, I think I had a cannoli once. So it's a pastry stuffed with some sort of cream, right?
Well, with these, they're with sausage. Pastry. Well, bread with sausage.
Don't fucking lie to me because I'm.
And some
don't
cheese
make
and
any
some
jokes either, but I love sausage.
No, it's delicious. It's really good.
Yeah.
So it's by there.
You're telling me it's sausage wrapped in a pastry?
Well, in bread, yeah. It's pretty much
pastry.
I suppose.
There's a difference, man. There's a difference. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, man. Isaac.
I mean, I might suppose.
All right, so what else? What else? Some more good food.
I was also thinking about
y'all need some bakeries.
Chubby's.
Okay, Chubby's.
You ever been to Chubby's?
I've not been to Chubby's, but I hear that's a Tex-Mex place, right?
Yeah,
they do some green chili, some Mexican food. Yeah. Get a taco there. I will say, don't go to Minnesota and get tacos.
No.
Do not get Mexican food in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
No. Don't do it. It's bad for you. I mean, it's not bad. Here's the deal, is everyone in Minnesota can't handle spice. All right, I said it. It's a fact. First time I came out here. I am by no means a spice fanatic or someone who freaking can handle tons of spice, but I made a mistake when I came out here. I tried green chili, and I loved it. And I was like, you know what? This would be good spicy. So I went to the Tamale Kitchen, and there, what's that mean? Am I running out of time?
Oh, no, you're not.
I went to the Tamale Kitchen, and their food's not very consistent. Like, it's good. Every time I've been there, it's good. But, like, anyways, I had the green chili. I ordered that shit spicy. And the dude behind the kitchen looked at me. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I just asked for it. Like, yeah, I'm fucking sure. Yeah, I want it spicy. And he's like, okay. And that was like my sign. That was a sign that I missed. You know, I just was blinded by the food. Blinded by the food. Right? And fucking, I start eating this stuff and my face starts melting off. But I can't stop eating it. I'm like tearing up my face. I'm sweating. I'm pretty sure the sweat was dripping into the food, but it was still so good. I didn't care. You know, I'm ruthless. I'm eating this shit. And the guy was probably laughing the whole time, but in Minnesota, when you order something spicy, it's never going to do that to you. Okay? Like, unless you're at some random restaurant. Maybe there's some places in Minneapolis, St. Paul that I'm sure do some spicy food, but in the suburbs, not going to happen. And we don't have green chili up there. You can't get, like, tamales. That's another thing.
Yeah.
I don't even...
Unheard of.
Y'all have good tamales. There's some good tamales. Maybe there's probably better ones out there, obviously, but
Also,
I've never had a homemade tamale before I moved here. So I will say, the Mexican food here is decent. Yeah. What other food, man? Like,
well, I mean, there's kind of a few diners. A lot of them have been closing down, but...
Oh, that's a travesty.
Like McCoy's?
That is a travesty. The diner's closing down. So you know where the good diners are here? You know where I can go get some, like, good breakfast food?
Yeah. So you ever been to Swift's?
Oh, yeah, no, I've never been to any of them. I've been to the Village Inn, man. I've been to the national chains. I've never been to...
Lou's Diner, too, in Littleton.
Okay. There's one place I've been, up in the mountains in, like, Evergreen or something, that does a phenomenal chicken fried steak. But... other than that, I haven't been to anywhere in Denver. None of those diners.
Yeah, I recommend Swift's.
Lou's. It's pretty
Swift's
good.
And Lou's.
Yep.
So when you guys going to Minneapolis, man? That's
Man, yeah, I don't know.
Walmart will hire you. You just go for a week. You know, just go through the training. You have enough money.
Do a quick transfer.
That's another thing. You can transfer. Man, places are paying good money and no one's working.
Yeah, I can't do that. I got my own place and bills and shit like that.
I don't get it. There's a lot of people out there not working still. Like, does everyone just live in the same apartment that I don't know about? That's free? Like, does someone?
I know. No, everyone's getting that.
Like they're at Walmart spending money. Like it's not like people aren't spending money.
It's that unemployment, bro.
Yeah, but that's over, isn't it?
No.
Nah, everyone's still getting that shit.
When's that end?
I think someone said September.
When's it start back up?
I think
again?
it's September.
It's too late to hop on the train now, but when's it start back up again? I'm not
get ready
missing
for
the
the next
fucking
one.
train next time.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
Pick it
I'm
up.
going to be all aboard. I'm going to be the first one on that motherfucker. I'm going to choo-choo! All aboard. The government's going to be like, listen, we're handing out $600 on top of normal unemployment. We're going to pay you $600, which is more than we pay people on disability, more than we pay people on any. We are going to pay you to get fucking fired. $2,400 a month extra to get fired. You think that was a good idea for the American work ethic?
Nope.
Dude, yeah, that killed so many people's motivation. Nobody wants to work.
No, and then you get these people come back to work. And it's like a training process. You're like, no, you can't sit in the break room for 4 hours. Yeah, I can. No. No, you can't. I'm not joking. There's been times I had someone once. I was telling them they couldn't do something. I'm like, and you can't ride a pallet jack. You know, something stupid like you can get fired for that, right? So you can't do that. What is this, fucking school? Like, no, we're fucking paying you. Like, where you're getting paid to just do what the fuck you're told. Not even do it at some stupid, like, people aren't even telling people to go sweat and do crazy shit. Like, go stock a minute a case. Okay, like, how long does it take to open a case? 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So, boom, 3 seconds. Pull out the no. We'll start with reading the label. Sorry, back up. Read the. I'm blind, mind you, legally, so I see like shit. I can read that label. 2 seconds.
2 seconds. You said that.
3 seconds to open the bitch. We're at 5 seconds. All right, so that label tells me which 4-foot section I'm going to. Right, so my blind ass with. You could even put obstacles, pallets in the way, customer stock during the day, whatever. 10 seconds to get to the shelf. I am at 15 seconds. Now, if I multitask, I already know what product's in here. I have done the homework. I have grabbed the product on the way to the shelf. I can see what it is. I'm blind. All right? I get to the 4-foot. It has now been 15 seconds. All right, let's say 5 seconds now to visually identify the product if I did not do that on the walk over to the shelf. I now have 30 seconds to find that on the shelf. 30 seconds. Pull out a stopwatch. I'm blind. 30 seconds. You can do this, right? Boom. Goes on the shelf. 10-second walk. Back. Crush down the cardboard. 1 minute. You don't have to crank out a sweat. The sweat comes at 40 seconds a case. You know, that's when you're sweating.
Yeah, man.
But, like, people don't do it. People don't want to work.
Not anymore.
And, like, it's bad. You have to teach people how to work. Like, the kids don't know how to work. Kids need to be in sports. Kids need to do something.
Man, for real.
Because they need to learn how to work. It is not good for this country. It's not good for humanity to not have.
Dude, I was just thinking about it. Like, have you seen the Asian kids? Like, kids out of Asia, for instance, are doing phenomenal things. You got like
hell yeah, like you're saying
6-year-olds that are freaking.
Oh hell yeah.
They're
so that's the most
heroes
successful. That's the most successful demographic, right? Like you just named the one argument that people will use to say, like, listen, you can make it in this country. Look at people from Asia. It's insane. Like, they make more money than white people. You know, so it's crazy.
Reality.
I was thinking if we put Asian kids up against American kids, the Asian kids are probably gonna whip our ass.
Hell yeah, I mean, like, if you like,
they all know martial arts.
The martial arts or the education, or if you get into Japan, like whatever, Asia's a huge place, but like if you get into like Japan and those places, like some of their education, that's no joke. Like to the people who think education in the United States is still top, that's a whole different. That is what I did before I came out to Colorado, was education, and oh my God, education is a scary, scary topic, and it's not a money problem. Like, do some of these school districts need money? Yeah, because they're spending in the wrong way, and it's impossible to fix at this point, right? Like, what's the Denver? All of it's public information, so you can look up school district budgets across the country. Any school district in this country, you can go look at their budget right now, right, and pick it apart. You can do that, but. Let's say the Denver Public School District budget $600 million. Let's say per pupil education costs. I don't know. They're probably at like $13,000 a kid. So like people always argue about college being like this terrible, like, oh, the college is overpriced. Education's overpriced. It's not just college.
Definitely, man.
Right, like you've got, and classrooms are getting bigger, right? So, like, 40 kids in a class at $13,000 a kid. Each one of those classrooms has, what's the math on that, man? What's 40 times 13? 40,000 times 13. They got $500,000.
Probably more.
I don't know. Way more.
Yeah, we should wrap it up here though.
All right.
Save that one for another day.
All right. I'll come back and talk about education for an hour.
520.
Yeah.
500.
We'd love to have you back though.
Yeah, I'm down. I'll come talk about education, man.
I'm down with that conversation.
Shit.
That's a good one.
I literally talked about education the whole time.
It's all about education.
Oh, it is.
That's life.
Education's a real problem.
So until next time, y'all.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Catch you on the flip side.
All day.
Oh, the education's a fucking shit show.